Okay, so hi. I had to change into this because I felt that I should wear something at least a little bit better for the video, but I recorded it. I don't know if it'll be the one that I use. I'm gonna get my mom's opinion, maybe my dad's, whatever, but I don't see any point in stressing about it. It's not like every single person's gonna be talking about it. So, yeah, I did that. But I now want to take a little bit more time to talk about the things that I did write down on here. Um, so, I'm trying to think. Well, hold on. I think I might upload this video first and then the longer one since it'll take longer. But for context, if I do end up doing that, my grandfather recently passed away, and there's this thing we're gonna do at the church that he went to and that I also did as a child and whatnot. And they're gonna do this little like collage of a ton of videos that people have made. They're real short, they're like 90 seconds around that. Of just people talking about stuff. So I made a video of me writing down the points that I wanted to, just because I wanted to remember like me. I don't know why. I was in a filming mood. I still am. So I thought, why not? And also, I was gonna end up talking anyway because I talk out loud a lot. Think out loud. Whatever. Anyway, so now I'm gonna talk about the points, and yeah, it's a longer video because I make really long videos because I blah, 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 and I don't edit out like the pauses, which I'm gonna start doing. It's just anyway, yeah. So here are the points. So hold on. So one is playing outside. So in the video that I made before, I explain a little bit about why I was there like 2 days out of the week after school. I didn't go too in depth, but yeah. So anyway, I was there for a few days a week, every week, after school, and yeah. So a lot of the time I would want to play outside because it was a pretty day, or I just was energetic, got out of school, wanted to play outside and stuff. They had stuff to play with outside, so I would get him to. My grandmother wouldn't a lot of the time, but he would. So yeah, he would go out there and just do stuff. Sometimes I'd watch him like mess with the lawn and whatnot, like cut the edges because of how their driveway thing was. He would keep the edges of the yard very clean. But anyway, just doing stuff outside, playing with the ball. In the video that I made before, I struggled to remember what it was called. What was it? Croquet? I used to play that, with the mallets and the ball. You set up the things in the yard and you knock them through there. Yeah. I would play that with him. I'd play with like a bouncy ball. I would just do a lot of stuff out there. I talked about some of this in the other video too, but I just wanted to make it shorter, more just, talking about these things specifically. There was setting up the table. I don't know what they're doing outside. They're always making noise outside, but they're setting up the table. Simple thing, but did it all the time. Yeah, I don't have much to say about that, but everything had to be neat and all that, so there was that. Playing at the park. I have a lot to say about that, but I'll try and keep it kind of short. But they had a park near. We also used to play at the playground near my elementary school. So I was in elementary school at the time. But they don't. No, I'm not going to talk about that one. But when I was even younger, there was a park like in their neighborhood and whatnot. Also had, I didn't talk about this in the short video that I made. But I could have talked about the pool that they had there at that park. Well, the house, you know how the park things that I'm talking about are, where they have that like house that, I don't know, you have to sign up to visit and whatnot, and they have a pool back there. Anyway, so we would go to that pool and just play around in there in the summer. Again, I did that with my grandfather a lot more because my grandmother would be like in the shade or something. But yeah, he and I would play with like pool toys, you know, like the rings that you throw when they go underwater and you have to close your eyes and try and find them. Or you could do it with your eyes open, like, or with goggles on and find them that way. But yeah. But that's not what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about the park. The swings. You know, for my entire childhood, I could not swing by myself, like, on any swings, except for the ones at that playground by my old school. I could swing on those swings fine. Any other ones, for some reason, maybe because I was on those, like, every day. I don't know. I was at that park often, too, but I used to go to the other park a lot. We used it for recess, and I also went there a lot. But anyway, what was I talking about? The other park, the swings. I could not, like, swing on those, so he would push me on the swings. Then there, of course, was the playground equipment. Yeah, we played silly games on there. Like, I would be on top of the equipment, and he'd be some shark trying to get me from the bottom, and I had to make sure I, like, stayed in the middle so he couldn't get me, or he'd climb up there so I'd have to jump off. All kinds of silly stuff like that. There was the tennis court that was... What? Calm down. Shh. You're fine. There was the tennis court that was by there that... Honestly, we didn't play tennis that much. Most of the time, I would just, like, run around it and stuff. Or we'd talk and we'd go around the tennis court. There was the grass area. All kinds of stuff. And then, of course, we did the same similar stuff when my cousin was there for, like, sleepovers and stuff. We'd go to the park and do... Shh. It's okay. I promise. But, yeah. That would be... Nico over there. He's whining, but yeah, there was talking. That sounds ridiculous, but you know, him telling me stories. He's my grandfather. He'd lived a long time, at least in my eyes, and so he would talk about all kinds of stuff that he would do. You know, travels across the world and stuff, and memories of friends and family and how he grew up and all this stuff. You know, just stuff like that. A lot of the time I'd hear the same stories over and over again, but, you know, we talk about that. And then this one is kind of stupid, but also the newspaper. You know, they have the, like, crossword puzzles and stuff there. And he would help me with those if I couldn't do them. We would read the news and stuff, or he would tell me about something that he's already read in the news. If he read it in the morning or something, he would tell me something interesting that he saw in there, and he'd talk about some memory that it reminded him of, you know, just talking about the news. That was something that we did a lot. I wasn't there that long, but I was there for many days. So... Again, usually they were just short conversations about the same thing, like, every day. But different things would come on TV, like Wheel of Fortune would come on TV. We do that. That I did not put on here because that's not just him, it's my grandparents. I wanted to talk about stuff specifically about him. But, yeah, we would do stuff on TV. We would do that, and I was terrible at it. Plus, I didn't know what half of the words were because I was younger then. But I tried and stuff. Other stuff that was shown, like the news on TV and stuff, we talk about that. Maybe some sports game was on, and we would also talk about that. There was my dad when he Tuesday nights, I think it was, because Wednesday was when we went to church. So Tuesdays he would eat, because he'd have to pick me up, he would eat dinner with us a lot of the time. Yeah. So that was always fun. Again, that's all of us, but you know, they talk and I listen and butt in, let's be honest. I have all kinds of things. Like I said, the memories that I wanted to talk about, I didn't say this, I don't think, but clearly these are very small, insignificant details, but they matter to me because that was a lot of what my childhood was, right? And so, yeah. And also, that's what I got to do when they were older. There was me and my cousin, and like my dad and the rest of the family, but I'm saying, children-wise, it was us two that were there the most, but I was there all the time. So, like I said, I could talk about different things like this that we would do like every day, like the days that I was there and whatnot. It was a lot of the same stuff. I wasn't there but a few hours. There was piano lessons that I used to do and stuff, but that is all more about my grandmother. I'll talk about that some other time. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about more than like the most sentimental story of how he's helped me at some point or something like that. I wanted to talk about the little things that I used to experience all the time because I feel that that is also important. And that a lot of the things I feel like people are going to talk about, they're going to talk about things that they have experienced with him when he was younger or something. Not younger as in like in high school or something, but just younger in general. But I'm talking about like once he was 70. Yeah. I'm going to stop this video now before I continue talking over and over again. But yeah, I think I'm going to upload this one first, and then I'll upload the one talking about more of this after. So yeah. Bye!